Hey ladies, here I am and I'm about to get into a this and that video. Yes. Okay, so let's dive in. Okay, so let's get into these cards first that you can see right now. Now these cards right here, last year, Nat, who has put some bling on it, and we did a spring swap. And what she did is she created all of the envelopes and then she did the card bases for me and I did everything else. So you'll see that right here on top, she added the white and then this colored part, and that was it. And then I did everything on top. So, and then finally, I've been holding on to these for a year. So I finally took them out. I'm like, nope, it's no more hoarding in 2020. We are using everything that I've been hoarding. So right here, these doilies with the polka dots, I don't know if you can see all of them, but these three right here, these were just recently gifted to me by Nat. So I used one doily, two doily. This pink one, all I did was cut it in half, spread it out. Then I got a full yellow one and I put it right in the middle. And then I have a crepe paper yellow one right there with all the little glitter right there. That was gifted to me by Susan. Aren't you proud of me, Susan? I finally used them. And then this top portion right up here from this heart doily looking die cut all the way up is Armin. Armin had went ahead and created last spring for me as well, a bunch of beautiful things that she put in a crate. So I took a lot of that out and started using it all. The only thing I did was there was a different center in the middle. I popped that out and there was a bow and I took that off. But I went ahead and I added these little die cut pieces that Susan had also die cut for me last year. I did a little stickle dots all the way around on the each little scallop, and then I put little stickles right here on the little butterflies. Yeah, and then I added this little sentiment. But yeah, so I was super excited to use pieces that were gifted to me. And then I used these right here are Swarovski crystals. These three little pieces. I did those on all of the cards on the inside. Nat had already put the white in there and then she added these little die cuts. So what I did is they were like loosely put in here. So I adhered them all on the inside of the cards, which I will show you. So I just layered this bow. I layered on top of the cage and then I took the bird and added on top and then I added the bling in the middle. But how fun, right? So I try to keep it to where this wasn't super, lifted, two-dimensional. So this one is now ready to go. Oops. And then just to show you real quick, this is the Swarovski container you can buy from Hobby Lobby. And it comes with all of these little empty containers inside. And then these are all Swarovski crystals inside the containers. And when they have their 50% off is when I would go back and I would buy all of these, because these are normally like $6 each for the pack. So when I was able to get them for $3, I went ham and got a bunch. So this is what I would use them for, is for the cards. So I love this idea. Laura and I went to Hobby Lobby and we were like, yes, let's do this. We were waiting for them to go on sale. So here's this yellow one. Here's the envelope she made for me. And then I added everything from the doily up. And I added little Swarovski crystals in the corner here and in here. This whole centerpiece right here with all of the goodies is what Susan made for me, as well as another embellishment. So I didn't add anything. The only thing I did was put stickles on the paper flower. That's it. Everything else Susan had already put on there. This was hard for me to let go of. I really loved this. She sent me the most beautiful everything yellow last year. But like I said, this is not the year to be hoarding anymore. So these were the little die cuts that came in here that Nat provided. So I added them on the inside of the card, and I believe they're Doodlebug. And then I just created the top of them. So see, I was so pumped. All of this stuff I've been holding on to for like a year. And now I'm like, nope, it's time to get it moving. I don't have a big craft room anymore like I used to. So I did the same layering technique. And then this right here was also, Susan had made this for me. This was I think, I don't know if this was one that Armin had in there and there was something in the middle and I think it was just solid. I believe it was just a solid heart. And so I used that in the middle because everybody knows I don't make these. They're either gifted to me or I've purchased them from Instagram girls. And then I did all the layering of these die cuts that Susan gifted me. Have the little blings here and here. But how fun, right? Just layering stuff. It was such a blast. I really had a blast. And you see they're all the same style. How I just switched up the doilies with what colors I put on the outside, on the inside. I did bling here, or sometimes I did the bling here. I added all of these super pretty rosettes. These little die cuts, again, they all came from Susan. I just layered them up together, and I used the beautiful deer. I love these so much. And then I just put celebrate this day. How fun, right? So I just did these. All right, so those are the 4 cards that I made using hoarded items. Then I was like, you know what? I was in the mood to make lollipop flowers. This was like a thing back. I mean, I've been crafting for probably about a good 20 years. And these were, I don't know, 3-4 years old, this style of doing lollipop flowers. So it's pretty much freehand cutting the circles, because you know none of us can cut a perfect circle freehand. And that's the whole beauty about doing it this way, is they will all be imperfect circles. And then I squirt water on each one of the circles, and I would crumple them up into this little tiny thing. And then I would open them, let them dry. And then when they're dry, they're all, you know, crispy and wrinkly. And then I added this little flower. I have a punch that makes this, and I just layered it a couple times. And then I went ahead and added stickles on the leaves, and then I just put little blings. So you see it's the same concept, and you'll see none of them match. Some right here, I added actual, what you call it, this right here, this mesh. It has got to be the funniest thing when we forget things that we know. Tulle, there you go. And yeah, so this paper pad right here, I wanted to use all of it. So everything you're going to see is using this paper line, just using it differently. So I made these. So they're ready to go to gift. Love it. These were a ton of fun to make. Okay, so I did those. Then I was following a video, and I don't know how to pronounce her YouTube channel, but I'm going to put it in the link below. And she shows how to make these paper loopy flowers. And I loved it. So I went ahead and did that. And then these flowers right here were all handmade also by Susan, and she gifted those last year. I used the whole pack. It was a struggle, I have to tell you, because I was like, oh my gosh, if I use them, I'm never gonna have them again. So you'll see that, like, that's the pink one, and I just matched them all, and this was super fun to do. This one right here was done by Sophia. She gifted me a little trinket box, I'm gonna say a couple years ago, and that was one of the little flowers inside of it. And then here's another one. And then you're gonna see, I used the top parts of the notepads. It's like, why throw those out? They still have the decoration on it. So I used those. Okay, so these are the loopy flowers, and make sure you check the link below so you can follow the tutorial of the YouTube crafter who did these. I think it's Septira. I believe she's from Australia, and I cannot pronounce her YouTube channel name, but I love her videos. Okay, so I did those, and then I went ahead and found this punch at Tuesday morning, and I was like, I was in a flower making mood apparently. So I layered these up 4 times using the same paper line. And then I use this tool. This is the McGill one. I've had this for a very, very long time. And it comes with the little, I think there's 4 of these in the kit. And then it comes with the little foam mat thingy. I've had this, like I said, for years. And that's how I made the flowers go up a little bit. I didn't want them to be super curled like a cabbage flower, so I didn't do it over the top. But you'll see right here, let me just, and then right here, I added, this right here is a doily die, and I just added little gems. I took a heart punch. Then I did a bunch of little banners So you'll see there's like a bunch of them. And how fun is that to put on bag toppers? But these are, I just made a bunch of these because I'll be gifting these. And I literally left nothing of that paper pad. So I even did them without the banner pieces. And I was thinking, I was like, you know what? Because I was adding like little things like this. It says delightful. I just added that on there. And I was like, oh, I want to add sequins and more little jemmies. And I doubled those up. But I was like, no, because when I gift these, whatever that person uses them on, they may want to go ahead and add their own. So I didn't want to go over the top. And then it's right here. It just says magical because it's part of that same paper line. So these were a ton of fun to make. I really enjoyed making these. Okay. And then moving along. For my coworkers, I wanted to go ahead and make treat bags for Easter. I did it last year. And that's these little bags right here, using a 12 by 12 piece of paper. And I'm gonna link Nat's video below. She did a tutorial showing how to make these bags. And then I went ahead and I layered these flowers. These I purchased probably about 10 years ago from a lady who was selling these on her, she was cutting these on her Cricut and she was selling them, and I purchased them at a scrapbook store. So all I did, like I said, is I layered 3 of them, and then this was handmade for me. Or these were gifted to me from a previous crafty friend. I don't remember who, and I'm sorry, but I thank you so much. I used the whole pack that she gifted me, and I added it on one of these crepe paper rosettes. So you'll see, I'm gonna show you 4 of them. I still have 6 more to make. And the toppers, I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I don't know if I'm gonna add a bag topper on up here, or if I'm gonna go ahead and add just like a small little clip, because these are going to non-crafters and they're gonna trash them and it's gonna hurt my soul to even see that. So I didn't wanna do too many cute things where they're just gonna toss them in the garbage. So you'll see that's the blue, this is the pink, and then this is a handmade flower that I used that was gifted to me. And here's one in orange. How fun are these, right? And then here's one in this really pretty green. So these are the 4 colors that I purchased. So I have a bunch left. I'll be using them on all the other 6 as well. So these are the cute little bags. And these are really cute bags, guys. Seriously, super duper cute. They're, I believe, 8 inches long. Yeah, they're 8 inches long with 2-inch gussets in between here. So you can pack a lot. All right. Now let's go ahead and move into jewelry. So Michael's, I noticed they're starting to sell these, here, let's put this down here. These leather pieces right here. I was super excited, and they had so many colors. So I only did 3 pairs of earrings. I'm going to show you, I haven't did all the colors yet, but they're leather and I like it because it's the suede in the back and not like a felt toward, you know, toward, I don't know. I don't like the felt. It looks kind of cheap in my eyes, but I prefer the leather pieces. And then I added the dangles and I put them on lever backs. So you'll see that when you buy, they had 2 different kind. They had one if you wanted to make necklaces, or just a simple 1 dangle of this where it has 1 hole. Or you could buy, like me, I bought the one that had 2 holes punched in it, and it's meant to make these so that it scoots in like this a little bit. And you use 1 jump ring and then the lever back. Because if you add another jump ring, then these earrings will not sit straight like this. The lever back will sit sideways like that. So I did these. And these right here are purple stones. I got them at a gem fair. They're so gorgeous. And they have like sparkles inside. You can't see it on the camera because they're faceted on top of it. But it's purple, so I think you can see it right there. They're super gorgeous. So I did those in black. Then I did these in teal, which are absolutely amazing. See how pretty the front and the back? I love it. And then these little pretty dangles are from Hobby Lobby, and they're patinaed, and they're the exact same color of the earring of the leather piece. And then it has gemstones on the corners of on the ends. So I just made it longer here. So what I'm gonna do is I have more. I'm gonna do a little tutorial on these. They're super easy, but I wanna show you how I make them. So the next set that I make, I'm gonna do them on camera. so you guys can see how I make them. And then these right here, oops. Jeez Louise, okay. These ones right here are silver. And look at those little things I made. So they're super cute. You can go crazy. You can just add chain in the middle. You don't have to add bling. You could totally just add a bunch of pieces of chain. Little charms. We're gonna try different things out. I have 3 more left, so we're gonna have to do that together. And then see, and this is the back, and it's suede. So those were the earrings I made. These were an absolute ton of fun. Then I was inspired by Pinterest to make stretchy rings. And I used to make toe rings, stretchy toe rings. And I probably will maybe again in the summertime. I'm putting this on off camera really quick because I wanted to show you how one looks. So this is, I made this to be a size 6, which is my ring finger. So see how fun that is? And then I just found these pretty little feathers that are feathers on both sides. And I just did 3, and these are all with glass beads. They're 3 millimeters. And then I just used what I had. So see how fun that is? And as long as you roll them on and off, they won't break. And then you'll see in the back, I tied knots. Let's see if you can see right there. But it's so light, you can barely tell. And I did 3 knots and I used glossy accent and I just laid them all out. And then the next day, then I cut the strings off because I wanted to cut them super short and perfect. And they don't hurt or irritate. I mean, you want to use beads that are round. You do not want to use bicone type beads where they have sharp edges. So like for instance, I did that one. And then I did seed beads because I wanted to see how it would be if I did them in seed beads, and this is more like a size 8 size ring. Oh, I should have did this on the bottom. Hold on. So you see how I'm rolling it on my finger? That's how you want to put them on. You don't want to sit there and pull it like this and put them on because then you stand there. I mean, they're stretchy. They're going to break. So you just want to roll it on your finger. So you see this one right here. I switched up a little bit. And like I said, these are 3 millimeter seed beads, and you can buy these at Hobby Lobby, like a big container of them for a few bucks when they're on sale. Then I used right there, I used 4 glass beads in the middle. And these are also a 4 millimeter bead. Then I just went ahead and just messed around, adding different style beads and rondelles right here. And then these little feather. I was trying to look for other charms that were super small, like, you know, stars and hearts. And I couldn't find any that were small enough to where it didn't look too much because you need these to stay dainty and cute. So see how fun that is? And then I did another one in solid white. And these are using all glass beads and then stainless steel balls. Okay. So see, this one's in the middle dangling. And then you'll see this is all the way around, just switching up the pattern. So I just did the 3 of them there, did 4 up there, and then this one I did all the way around. Super fun, super easy. Then I did another one using these 3 mil, but I used a black. So let's go ahead and put this on. Oops. Okay. So we have this one, and this one. This one's like a size 7, so it's a little bigger on my finger, but I just wanted to show you how fun. So you add 1 jump ring, and then you add another one so that it can dangle freely. And just switch it up. Super fun. And the best way is to use collapsible needles, which are these right here. This one, I believe I got, it's from Beadalon. So I got this from Michaels. And I had 4 of them. So you'll see that you string it through just like a regular sewing thread. And then this is the size stretchy string I used to make them. So I won't be doing a tutorial on these because the beads are so tiny. You guys are going to be bored to death trying to watch me make a stack ring. It takes time. So it's not even worth trying to teach you to do these. But honestly, it's really easy. You don't need a tutorial. I didn't find one. I just seen it on Pinterest, a bunch of them. Just look up stretchy rings on Pinterest and you will see so many beautiful ones and people that sell them as well. But you literally just grab your collapsible needle and then you just string it through your stretchy string, but not a lot. You don't need to double it all the way up. You see how I just have a little bit there? And then when you have all of your beads that you're using, you're literally just grabbing a bunch all at once, like 10 beads, and then you're just shoving it all the way down. And then you keep going. Now, these right here, I was always guesstimating on these. I've never made these type before just for rings and stackables. So I would get it, and then I would have like a bunch strung on here. And then I would just, hold on. I would just grab these and then I would stick my finger through and I would see, okay, I need 2 more seed beads. I need 3 more seed beads. And then I would do, you know, continue doing it. If I did too many, I would take them off. So there was no real science to it because, for instance, like on this one right here, I used 3 millimeter seed beads, a 3 millimeter and a 4 millimeter. And then this right here is like a 6 millimeter. So it changes off the numbers. So if it took me 30 seed beads here, it may have only took me 15 here because I have to take in the space in between here and here with that size, if that makes any sense. You can't really just do a count when you're interchanging the size beads. So if you're going to use the same solid bead all the way around, then maybe you could. But seed beads are not all exactly the same. Some of them are bigger than others as well. So yeah. But like I said, these right here I won't do. But like I just go onto Pinterest and type in stretchy rings. And you guys will be floored with how many beautiful rings there are on there. So those are the 2 things. I hope if you wanted to give it a whirl, you could totally do that. If I had to use my reading glasses, honestly, because it's hard to see where the hole is sometimes. So, yeah, but you definitely need the collapsible needles if you're using 3 millimeter beads. Okay, so that's it, guys. That's it. That's my this and that video. I hope you guys were inspired and you enjoyed it. I love you guys so much. You guys always are, when is your next one? You know, and it takes a little bit to get this stuff put together, you know, and also because I do work full time, but I do live a lot closer now. So amen to that. But it is time consuming. So that is it. Have an amazing and blessed Sunday. And thank you guys again so very much for subscribing to my channel. Excuse me. And stay safe from the virus, ladies. And I will see you guys really soon. Bye.